Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger with SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your monthly angel card reading for February 2016. So for this monthly reading, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck, and your special message card is going to be coming from the Romance Angels, also by Doreen Virtue. And if you're new to this channel, the special message card is a result of your stone of choice. Let's go ahead and look at the stones of choice first before we get into some of the astrology and energetics of the month of February. So your first stone of choice for your special message card is pink tourmaline. Now, I'm told by my angels and guides to not necessarily go into the metaphysical properties of each stone because they want you to go on your intuition. This is going to actually be a month where your intuition is heightened and that you're supposed to fine-tune your intuitions. So this pink tourmaline, it's a rare stone, and I will tell you that it came from Brazil when I traveled to Brazil. So very nice energy. They're all very nice energies. And I chose stones based on what we in the United States celebrate as far as Valentine's Day. So all of these stones of choice have something to do with love, relationship, peace, harmony, and balance. Your second stone of choice, and I actually chose two of them, is garnet. Now these are raw pieces of garnet. Okay, let's just see those. Okay, your third stone of choice is rose quartz. This is a rose quartz egg. Okay, so again, your stones of choice for your special message card for this month are the pink tourmaline, the raw garnet, or the rose quartz. So now you can kind of think about and decide as we talk about some of the energies for this month, which stone you'd like to pick. Okay, so to start out, we want to look at the numerological vibration of the month of February. And this is a vibration of master number 11. So how we get that basically is the fact that we're in a universal 9-year. And I feel like I want to talk a little bit more about that 9-year and some of the energies that are coming up throughout the year, but I need to do that in a separate video. So I'm going to be doing what's called a soul reflections video very soon, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about the next 2 or 3 months and what this energy of the 9 vibration of 2016 means. But as far as February is that master number 11 energy, which is about the light worker. I know a lot of times people connect with me on Facebook and tell me that they see 1111 a lot. And sometimes they see other numbers like 222 and 333, and they want to know what that means. But the biggest number that seems to show itself to us is 1111. And that to me is a call to the light worker. It's a call to wake up. It's about waking up your consciousness, waking up your energy to the truth of who you really are. And with the master number 11 vibration for the month of February, this is going to mean a couple of different things. One of these things is that, again, we're heightening our intuitive and psychic senses this month. We are awakening to the call of our destiny, what we're here to do. We're increasing, again, our psychic awareness, our psychic intuition, our intuitive abilities. Now, if you think of the number 11, we have 2 ones, okay? So in numerology, the number 1 is the number of the self, the individual. And the number 2, which master number 11 actually reduces down to, when you add the 1 plus the 1, it equals 2. The number 2 is about partnership, relationship, because you have 2 ones here. So it's balance, quality, and compromise. So this is another thing that the month of February will focus on. It will focus on relationships and partnerships of all kinds, not just romantic, but business partnerships and other one-on-one types of relationships. And again, it's about balance and harmony within those relationships. It's about having a sense of equality within those relationships. Now, when we think of the 11th major arcana in the tarot, it is actually the Justice card. So that really ties into what we're talking about here. In the Justice card, we have Lady Justice, and she's holding the scales of balance in one hand and a sword in another hand. So the scales are about, again, that sense of balance and harmony. And again, it represents partnership in some sense. Now, again, if this isn't partnership with another human being, this is about partnership with the divine, partnership with universe, partnership with God's source energies. The sword, on the other hand, is an energy of strength and leadership and taking charge and just feeling really confident, which is part of the 1 vibration within the 11 vibration. Okay, so again, we're balancing all of these energies, and the Justice card speaks of stepping into a sense of integrity and stepping into a sense of owning our power in a way, but it stands for, again, justice, okay? Justice within our lives and justice within ourselves. So this is something that's going to be, again, highlighted for this particular month. When we look at the astrology of February, now, of course, there's always many things happening astrologically, and as far as the day-to-day happenings, astrologically speaking, you can tune into my Facebook pages for my daily posts. Colleen Lemma is the main page that you're going to find those astrological posts on a daily level. And my business page, Sacred Soul Empowerment, also posts things mostly on a daily basis that deals with empowering ourselves, that deals with truth and deals with the spiritual essence of what's going on this planet. And again, you'll want to tune into those 2 pages to get a sense of those daily happenings. But as far as the highlights of February, we start out on February 8th with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now, we have a lot of Aquarian energy here in February. We always have the sun in the first part of the month of February in the sign of Aquarius anyway. So here we have this new moon at 19 degrees Aquarius on February 8th. And I do have to say that on February 16th, Venus is also going to be moving out of Capricorn and into the sign of Aquarius. And around February 14th, which is our Valentine's Day here in the United States, Mercury is finally moving out of what is called its shadow period in that sign of Capricorn, where it retrograded. Now, if you remember back January 5th, when Mercury first went retrograde, it actually went retrograde at 1 degree of Aquarius. And it's taking until now, February 14th, to be more specific, that Mercury is moving back into that sign of Aquarius, which means, again, it's out of its shadow. It's out of the time period where it went retrograde. So here we have the new moon in Aquarius. We have Mercury going into Aquarius. We have the sun is already in Aquarius, and we have Venus moving into Aquarius. And this is all mostly the first half of the month. Now, Aquarius is a very independent energy. It's progressive energy. It's energy of those of like mind coming together for a common purpose. Those that share a common ideal, that want to work for the betterment. All of this, again, is highlighted. Again, to me, it is reminiscent of the Justice card, bringing justice with what's happening here on the planet. And this can also be at an individual level as well. To move on astrologically, some of the other highlights for the month of February. The sun will move into Pisces on February 18th, which is its normal routine. Around mid-February or just after mid-February, it moves out of Aquarius and into Pisces. And then on February 22nd, we have a full moon at 3 degrees of Virgo. And that's because the sun will be at 3 degrees of Pisces, the opposite sign. So this full moon at 3 degrees of Virgo is going to be an intensification of the Virgo-Pisces energy. And what I find interesting about this is that on the very next day, on February 23rd, Chiron, which is considered the wounded healer in astrology, is in the sign of Pisces and will be opposing or opposite Jupiter, which brings expansion of energies, and it's in the sign of Virgo, the opposite sign. So here we have this full moon on the 22nd, sun in Pisces, moon in Virgo. It happens at 3 degrees of Virgo. And then we have the next day, Chiron in Pisces opposing Jupiter in Virgo. I believe they are around 20 degrees of Pisces and Virgo, respectively. Now, Chiron and Jupiter are also very close to the north and south node at this point. I have to actually digress a little bit and tell you that around January 25th, we had Jupiter in Virgo conjunct the north node in Virgo. Now, the north node is a destiny point. It is an energy that we as a people, because this is where the north node is right now for humanity, for everyone, it's where we as a people are supposed to be moving towards. It's the energy we're supposed to be working towards, aspiring towards. Whereas the north node in your personal chart is the energy for you personally that you're supposed to be working towards. But nonetheless, Jupiter conjunct the north node around January 25th, and it's staying very close to Jupiter. They're moving kind of together here as Jupiter's retrograding in Virgo. The north node's general movement or basic movement is always in a retrograde fashion. The nodes always move retrograde. Well, they sometimes move direct, but their normal and natural movement is retrograde. So Jupiter and the north node are still together here as it's opposing Chiron and the south node in Pisces. Now, the south node is about the past, whereas, again, the north node is about the future, where we're going towards or where we're supposed to be going towards. South node is about past lives. It can indicate some past karma. And again, this is on a collective level, on a level of humanity in the world. But Chiron is also a past life wound. And Chiron, being in Pisces, is about a spiritual wound. Pisces is a very spiritual sign, and it's very elusive too, so it's sometimes very hard to tune into and ground that energy. So what does this all mean? I feel like the full moon on the 22nd is going to be highlighted as far as our belief systems, where we are mentally. The Chiron-Jupiter opposition with the nodes there is going to be bringing up some old wounds on a collective level, but old wounds as far as a personal level as well, because it's falling in your personal chart somewhere, and so it's going to affect you somehow. Now, this can affect you physically, physical wounds or things that come up, like with the physical body. It can affect you emotionally, mentally, and or spiritually. It could be one or all of the above or a combination. And the reason why is because we have such a combination of energies here. You know, Virgo is a very mental sign. Pisces, though, is a very spiritual sign. It's also emotional. Chiron is a spiritual planet. Jupiter is a planet of the mind. So, you know, we have a lot here dealing with all of the levels of reality: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So look for that also being highlighted in the month of February. Also, before we conclude this part of the video, I want to mention that Uranus and Pluto are also aspect of one another. It was very close all of January, within about a degree to a degree and a half. And for all of the month of February, it stays within about a degree as well, from coming together in a challenging square aspect. And if you remember the last few years, all the astrologers, people were talking about the 7 Pluto and Uranus squares that were helping to transform and change and redirect energies on a humanity level or collective level. And the fact that both Pluto and Uranus are now moving forward and that they're staying within a degree of one another makes it a much more external happenings or things happening in the outer world. When both of those planets are direct, it's outer stuff. It's things happening that in our environment. So this is bringing still a lot of transformation and change and redirection, some unexpected happenings in our lives. Again, it can be on a personal level too, depending on where in your chart these planets are located and if they're connected to any of your own personal planets, where, you know, at the time you were born, where those planets are in your own astrological blueprint. So that is the main energy of February from an energetic and astrological perspective. So I went ahead and I meditated ahead of time. We used Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck for this month. I did pull 3 cards already, haven't looked at them. So we'll look at them together and see what the energies are. And again, your special message card is going to be coming from the Romance Angels deck. But even though this is a relationship deck, we can still also define other energies as far as business or career matters or anything else in your life that's going on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first card here. Okay, we have the Knight of Fire. And the Knight of Fire says passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Okay, so whenever I get the Knight of Fire, fire relates to wands in the traditional tarot deck, I often think of getting ready to move forward and really kind of sitting on the edge of our seat. We're at the start line and we're ready to just kind of go full steam ahead and move. But it's saying again to think things through carefully. This can be an erratic energy because it's the Knight energy. The Knight is not yet fully matured. To the King, you know, that's why there's a progression with the court cards. The Page is the youngest energy, then the Knight, then the Queen, and then the King. So when we have the Knight of Fire, it's still kind of an immature energy to where, again, we just want to, it's like when our buttons get pushed. You know, we react very quickly and sometimes out of emotion when our buttons get pushed. And this is saying, okay, you might want to react, you might want to push forward, you might want to charge ahead, just like this knight on his horse. You can see that it's like the horse wants to charge ahead, and he's kind of also wanting to do that, but he's also pulling back on the reins, saying, wait a minute, maybe we better slow down a little bit before charging ahead. This goes back to that balance energy of February being a master number 11 month. Remember 11, it's about balance, staying balanced, okay? And a lot of times when we're in an 11 energy, as we are in this month, it's about a waiting game. It's about, again, things aren't necessarily ready to move forward. Things haven't gestated enough to move forward quite yet. It's getting close. But we're supposed to just kind of stay balanced and wait, kind of a wait and see kind of energy before moving ahead. So if there's something going on in your life, and it could be circumstances with relationships, this could actually indicate a person in your life or someone coming into your life with the Knight of Fire here, someone that kind of has either popped in unexpectedly or suddenly in the recent past, or that will in the upcoming future here. But this is, again, about not making any hasty decisions or taking any hasty actions. It's kind of like a wait and see, and let's just kind of feel out the energy and stay balanced. But let's go ahead and look at the second card to get more information. Okay. So the second card is now the Page of Water. Okay, so now we're in the emotional realm, the feeling realm, the intuitive realm. The message on the card says intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. And at the bottom of the card, it says a new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase, and heightened psychic abilities. Okay, so now I'm being told again that this can be looked at in a couple of different ways, because all of you out there are probably in varying circumstances, okay? Some of you are looking more at relationship things going on in your life. Some of you maybe more business or just your whole evolution and growth as a soul. And as far as the evolution and growth as a soul, again, this is speaking to your heightened intuitive and psychic sensitivities. Just again, going back to that master number 11 vibration, it's heightening, it's the call of the light worker. It's heightening our light worker abilities, our healing abilities, our psychic abilities. And so those are going to become more fine-tuned in this month. And Aquarius energy too, all that Aquarius energy going on. And then of course the sun moves into Pisces. We often think of Pisces, which reminds me of this card, the Page of Water. Pisces is usually what we think of when we think of psychic. Any of the water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But I have to say that Aquarius is a very psychic sign as well. Even though Aquarius is a mental sign or an air sign in the astrological zodiac, it's very intuitive. It's very fine-tuned in the art of claircognizance. Claircognizance, just having a clear knowing, an open crown chakra and channeling through information, okay? So with all that Aquarius energy going on this month, again, that's also heightening our psychic and channeling sensitivities. Now, the other thing with the Page of Water is, again, especially going with the Knight of Fire here, relationship, okay? This can be about a new relationship that's coming in or a relationship that's already come in recently. And again, there's an emotional connection here and an exciting connection. You know, the fire kind of brings in this exciting element, an electrical kind of magnetic sort of element, if you will. This also brings in kind of a chemistry or magnetic attraction, emotional kind of attraction here. And I also feel like some of you out there may already be in a relationship when this new person comes in, so it may be a very confusing time. And I would go back to this and remind you to not take any hasty actions, okay? Again, this is kind of a wait-and-see time period. You don't want to make any decisions until you kind of wait and see what occurs with this or how things start to unfold. Now, I would say that the best thing to do is to act with integrity and honor if you are in a relationship. You know, to recognize what you are feeling or recognize this perhaps new attraction, but again, to maybe not act on it right now. Because of the sense of honor, integrity, commitment that you might have to an already existing relationship. Now, if you're not in an existing relationship already, this is still saying that you want to kind of wait and see. You want to continue with this connection and communication on an emotional level with this other person, or even connecting with your own intuitions within yourself to feel out where this might go next, or if it will go anywhere next. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the last card. Okay, this is Major Arcana number 12. It's called Awakening in this deck with Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, however you want to say that. And the message at the bottom says, look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It is important to be yourself, okay? So I feel like it's important to recognize your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own belief systems about things. But again, it's saying to kind of hold off and wait. There's a little bit of a waiting game here because you're needing to look at this whole situation, whether it is a relationship situation or whether we're talking about career or destiny path, okay? This could be getting ready to move into a new career path or move forward on a destiny path or do something new with that path that you're already on. And this is also, again, if we're talking about destiny paths, saying that you need to tune into your intuitive guidance and that your intuitions are going to become more stronger and to listen to those in this month. But either way, again, whether it's career, life path, or relationship related, look at things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. Okay, this is awakening some further energies within you, some further guidance within you. Again, all that Aquarius energy, especially at the beginning of the month. There's something that's being brought forth as far as information. There is an evolution that's taking place. There is a need to again, to me, this angel is upside down. You know, she's at an angle here. She's not standing straight up and looking forward like we normally would. She's kind of almost hanging, you know, upside down in the sky there. And as she does that, as she changes her angle, her perspective, she's able to see things in a whole different way. Okay, gives her a different way to kind of think about things or look at things. And that's also what's needed at this time as we move through the month of February. Let me see if there's anything else I can get from looking at this card. Okay, I'm also drawn to the fact that this angel, and I don't know if you can make that out in the video, but she's got a halo over her head. And of course, a lot of angels do, but not all the cards in our different tarot decks that are angel tarot decks have the halo over the angel's head necessarily. At least I don't remember that, but I'm drawn to that. And that again is opening up our higher knowledge, our higher wisdom, our higher learning, opening up to the higher guidance of our angels, guides, universe, God source energy, again, whatever you want to call that higher energy outside of us, around us, that's also part of us as well. Okay, so really tune into opening up to that higher guidance. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what your special message card is, depending on your stone of choice. So for those of you that chose the pink tourmaline, okay, so just giving these a quick little shuffle, and we're calling in all of those angels and guides of the highest vibration of light. And we're just going to give these a little bit of a shuffle and asking for them to show me what card is the pink tourmaline message. Okay, that one doesn't want to come out. That one. Okay, pink tourmaline people. Your message is honeymoon. And it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Okay, so I feel like right away they're jumping in and saying February 14th is Valentine's Day for those of us in the United States. So I feel like you're needing to do something special, okay? It might be taking a trip, as is shown or indicated in this card, but it might also just be having a nice romantic night out, taking some time to spend together to enjoy each other's company, to remember why you were attracted to the person that you're with in the first place. And, you know, to really, again, kind of emotionally connect, because sometimes those emotional connections get shaky, and sometimes we come into a place of confusion and moving forward with our relationship, or not knowing where the relationship stands. So I feel like taking some time for your relationship. Now, it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, of course, but any time in this month of February, take that time to reconnect with that person that you're in relationship to. Now, if you're not in relationship, and we want to look at this from a different perspective, if we're just talking about your career or life path, you know, some other aspect of your life, this card can be interpreted that there will be some sort of perhaps travel indicated. I feel like also this is saying that this is going to be a good month for you, okay? When I look at this honeymoon energy, and I think I tune into that word, this to me is saying that there's good energies ahead. Now, this could be more money, more business, more success, more recognition, but there's definitely something coming here on your life path journey, on your career path journey, that is going to be a blessing. Some blessings are coming your way. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else here that I can get from looking at this card. Okay. They're also telling me, going back to relationship, that if we are dealing with relationship matters, to have an emotional, real kind of conversation or communication with those that you are in a relationship with. Now, again, whether it be romantic or maybe it's just a friendship or a family member thing, but I feel like having a deep emotional communication is indicated for you in this month of February. Okay, now for those of you that chose I think the Garnet stones were the ones that we had next. So those of you that chose the pair of Garnet, okay, this one on the bottom is calling my name. It says free yourself, okay? It says it's time to take back control of your life. And this shows a unicorn that's encircled in a pen. But the thing to remember is if you look at the size of this pen, first of all, it's made out of wood, okay? And not even a solid wood at that. And it's not very high. It's not like a huge high fence. I mean, this unicorn could just stand up and jump right over this wooden fence if it wanted to. So basically this is saying if you feel confined or trapped in any way, it's just an illusion. It's an illusion of your own making, because really you could get up and free yourself at any time. And this doesn't necessarily mean for those of you that are in a relationship that you need to free yourself from the relationship, although it could mean that. However, this is saying that you have to take your power back in some way, okay? So maybe the relationship, maybe there's dynamics within the relationship that are out of balance. There's something stagnant. There's something to where there's a lack of equality. This is saying it's time to take your power back and take that control back for yourself and free yourself from that pattern. So this could very well just be talking about freeing yourself from a particular pattern that you may have held since you grew up in a family, and maybe a dysfunctional family system. Maybe this is a repeating karmic pattern or theme from previous lifetimes in regards to relationships. Now again, freeing yourself from those patterns, from anything that deals with money or career or your destiny path. So this can be an all-inclusive kind of energy that talks about freeing yourself. It's time to let go of some old energy, or again pattern or belief, that is no longer in your highest and best interest. And it shouldn't really be that difficult again. This is just a matter of standing up, standing strong, and just jumping over that hurdle, okay? All right, and so for those of you that chose the rose quartz egg is the last one. So rose quartz egg, people. No, that one doesn't want to come out. Okay. All right, that one popped up. Rose quartz egg, it says flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Okay, so now again, if we're dealing with relationship matters, and maybe you're open to a relationship and not currently in a relationship, this person right here could come galloping into your life, but you need to kind of lighten your energies. You need to be more optimistic and positive, and you know, again, just let go of any heaviness, okay? Be happy with yourself. Be happy in your life and have gratitude for all of the good things that you do have in your life. Even if it's not currently a relationship, there's a lot of other good things that you have in your life. Could be family, could be friends, could be where you live, it could be a pet. So this is just saying to kind of lighten up those energies, because that's going to attract in what it is that you desire, whether it be a relationship or whether it be tapping into your higher intuitive guidance or to your angels and guides, or taking that next step on your highest and most important destiny path. Let me see what else here. So I feel like if you're already in an existing relationship, this is saying that, again, there needs to be some fun. I feel like, oh, okay, everything's getting really heavy, and that's just, again, a fact of what's going on, you know, on the planet with all of these universal energies we have. So things might feel a little heavy, or maybe even a little stagnant, or a little unsure, confused. This is saying to not let that weigh the relationship down. If you are in a current relationship, go out and have some fun. Go out on a date night. Go on a trip together. You know, even just rent a movie and sit at home and just have fun. So there's needing to be a lightening of the energies within your current relationship if you're in one. And as far as destiny path, career path, again, this is just saying to kind of lighten up a little bit, to not be so serious, to not be working all the time, 24/7, so hard. It's all about work and career and success and making money. Okay, it has to be about enjoying yourself, feeling a sense of passion and enjoyment, and feeling a sense of fun. You should have fun with your path. You should have fun with what you're doing, and look forward to working every day, whatever that might be. And if you're not, you need to find a way to kind of lighten up that energy or to introduce some sort of fun or enjoyment into what you're doing, because that's only going to raise your vibration and then pull to you other blessings that you're looking for in life. Okay, so I hope you've liked this monthly angel card reading for February. If you want more details about the astrology of February, please go on to angelmessenger.net and read my monthly angelic astrology article. Again, Facebook posts on Colleen Lemma or Sacred Soul Empowerment, and my website, sacredsoulempowerment.com. There's a lot of changes that I'm putting in place now on my website, and there's going to be a little surprise coming up soon. Also, for those of you that I can help in a more personal way, as far as doing a reading or a healing session for you, I'd love to assist you on your personal path. So check out the services. And until next time, many, many angel blessings and much love and light to you. Bye-bye.